Hi friends, today I am going to talk about origin of our universe, especially about our planet Earth. The timeline provided by various academics are only an ambiguous approximation. As of this day, the following are absolutely true and in vogue throughout the universe. That is the laws of physics, the speed of light as the speed limit of matter in the universe, and the Newtonian planetary mechanics. Human science and the scientists have evolved thus far that the standard model of the universe to be between 14 to 15 billion years old, and that of Earth at about 4 to 5 billion years old. The visible universe, known to our both direct and indirect, that is through instrument, vision, and knowledge, is consisting of mind-boggling billions and billions of galaxies. The great Edwin Hubble predicted and found about the ever-expanding universe at the rate exceeding the speed limit of light. This is astroscience. Origin of human species. The academia's approximation is about 4 billion years from the origin to evolution to this day. Among the countless living things, from the unicellular protozoan to billion cellular human being, only the human beings are endowed with consciousness, the ability to think, feel, and act upon. Why this is so? No plausible answer. That is how it is. About 3,000 years ago, Pythagoras, Euclid, and all laid foundation for arithmetic and geometry for earth-related sciences. Kepler, Copernicus, and Galileo brought in a kind of order in the study of heavenly bodies, while Leeuwenhoek peered into the microbial world. Sir Isaac Newton brought an order into the mathematics by propounding calculus. Ever since then, science gathered momentum and started accelerating, resulting in the ushering of great minds in every branch of science and technology. This can be illustrated by the chronological order of postulates and theories contributed by the following great minds among human race. Ancient to early modern period. Pythagoras, 1570 to 1495 BCE, imported foundational geometry and wave theory and established connection between mathematics and the natural world, and propounded Pythagoras theorem, that is a square plus b square equals to c square. Fundamental to geometry and indirectly important in physics, especially for defining waves and mechanics. Euclid, 300 BCE, developed Euclidean geometry, forming a base for Newtonian physics. Tycho Brahe, 1546 to 1601, laid foundation for classical physics, collected astronomical data with high precision before the advent of telescopes. Johannes Kepler, 1571 to 1630, precise astronomical data compilation, founded the three laws of planetary motion, that the elliptical orbital periods are related to the cube of semi-major axis, unified mathematics and astronomy. Galileo Galilei, 1564 to 1642. Kinematic studied motion, introducing the concepts of inertia and acceleration. Developed the laws of free falling bodies. Advocated heliocentric model of the solar system. Built and used telescopes to confirm Copernican theories, observing Jupiter's moons and Saturn's rings. Isaac Newton, 1643 to 1727, formulated 3 laws of motion and universal law of gravitation. Laid foundation for classical mechanics. Developed calculus to modern motion. Optics demonstrated that the white light is compound of colors. Albert Einstein, 1879 to 1955, father of special relativity. He unified space and time, introduced the famous equation E equals mc squared. Niels Bohr, 1885 to 1962. Bohr's model of atom quantified orbits and work on quantum mechanics. Ernest Rutherford, 1871 to 1937, discovered the nucleus and developed the nuclear model of the atom. Werner Heisenberg, 1901 to 1976, the uncertainty principle and foundational work in quantum mechanics. Erwin Schrödinger, 1887 to 1961, wave mechanics, Schrödinger's equation and his famous thought experiment Schrödinger's cat. Paul Dirac, 1902 to 1984, combined quantum mechanics with relativity, predicting antimatter. Wolfgang Pauli, 1900 to 1958, proposed the exclusion principle crucial for quantum mechanics. Enrico Fermi, 1901 to 1954, nuclear physics pioneer, developed the first nuclear reactor and contributed to particle physics, post-World War II particle physics, quantum field theory. Richard Feynman, 1918 to 1988, quantum electrodynamics, and he propounded Feynman's diagrams. The emergence of greatest minds like Albert Einstein, Niels Bohr redefined physics and science with their epoch-making theory of relativity, photoelectric effect, quantum theory, and electron behavior. As a result, these inventions enabled the development of laser and semiconductor. All these inventions together changed the lives from the 10x magnifying lens to electron tunneling microscope to look into 1/1,000,000th of matter, thus giving fillip to subatomic particle physics, also known as nanotechnology or nanoscience. The human brain, an organic matter weighing about 1400 to 1500 grams and consisting of 4 to 5 billion cells in its neural network, with its built-in consciousness, is the greatest wonder in the entire universe. With ultimate and unlimited intellectual capacity and very limited lifespan, and is very fragile. It cannot see in the absence of light. With light, its near vision is limited to a foot, and distant vision is a vague few kilometers. Its aural ability is between frequencies 20 to 20,000 Hz only. It's deaf in vacuum, but its ability to overcome and surmount obstacles are beyond imagination. Every brain is an individual entity. It is governed by an unseen, unknown, and an abstract power known as consciousness. Who, what, and where the entity is still an unsettled subject of debate forever. Brain with consciousness. It can generate multitude of algorithms for a given problem. It has uncanny ability to process mathematical equations. No light, no problem. Its image processing algorithm shall enable instruments to see through infrared and UV spectra telescopes. For instance, Hubble telescope, James Webb, ST, etc., into billions of kilometers distance, peering into the past, that is the macro world, can increase its visual range to look into the micro world magnification to 400x using light microscope, and instruments to look into hydrogen atom, the size 0.037 nanometers length, indirect vision only, using quantum electron beam tunneling microscope, developed by using mathematical calculations and algorithms. These above two tasks of both macro and micro are fleeting, minuscule portion of the brain power. One can imagine how the brain has demonstrated its immense power of creating algorithms that mimic its own functions, importing these to extra-neural network machines, that is computer. This endeavor has achieved astounding success in recent years and is known as artificial intelligence. Through billions of instruction cycles enabled by machine learning and language models, these machines develop their own logics, shaped by their network limited cognitive experiences. This emerging machine generated logic is termed androrhythm. Androrhythms arise from the operations of extraneural logic networks, progressively achieving autonomy but remaining inherently bound by the instructions and data provided to them. In contrast, algorithm refers to brain-increased created approach or tool devised to solve specific tasks. An algorithm is born of human cognitive, logical, intellectual, and mathematical abilities. In conjunction with consciousness, the brain draws signal from multiple sources, integrating them in a convergent process to trigger and execute actions, whether mechanical or computational. These are very nano tip of the great iceberg of neural network. How could we ever fathom the depth of this network? I don't think we can ever do that, at least during our lifetime. Thank you, friends.